Farming and ranching neighbors, and welcome back down my pecan tree lined lane. I'm down on the farm's Larry Marble. It's the 1245 edition of our program here on these 14 Down on the Farm affiliate stations. Thanks for joining us this Monday in September 2021. Let's take a look at ag weather. We'll begin up in the far northwestern portion of Down on the Farm country. Let's consult the National Weather Service office in San Angelo. You got a chance for a scattered shower or storm, say from a Brownwood to Eden to Sonora line. Looking for a scattered shower or thunderstorm in Junction, Sonora, and Ozona. You'll be between 87 and 89, 91 thereabouts in San Angelo, 92 in Abilene. You folks within that region, I'd say from Sonora up to Coleman, down to San Saba, back down to Mason is where the best chances of moisture are. As we move through the balance of the week, on Tuesday, we're looking for 87 to 90 our high, 66 to 67 our low. Neighbor, as we march on down through Down on the Farm country to cover a little bit more of the country that you might get into today if you're traveling a bit. Let's move closer toward that Austin, San Antonio Weather Service office. Rain and thunderstorm chances best to the east. Looks like a scattered shower in Del Rio, 94, 88 in Carrizo Springs, 86 in a scattered shower in Hondo or San Antonio. Looks like a scattered one up in Llano or over toward Georgetown. And numerous showers, say from Gonzales to Cuero, Giddings, and LaGrange. As we look toward Tuesday, you have isolated showers to the west, numerous showers to the east. Tropical storm Nicholas could produce locally heavy rain in the coastal plain. Looks like our temperatures 68 to 70 on the low side, 84 to 94 on the high side, neighbor, and that covers the majority of Down on the Farm country. Neighbor, did you know, combined with the truss department, insulation department, and millworks department, just 3 of the departments there at MG Building Materials, they've got the ability to deliver an entire building package from a single supplier. They are truly your one-stop shop. They have 5 locations around South and Central Texas. Let's count them down right quick. Pleasanton, Kerrville, San Antonio, Corpus Christi, and Uvalde. MG Building Materials, your one-stop shop. mgbuildingmaterials.com. Neighbor, I tell you what, let's pour ourselves a glass of iced tea and deal with the commodities right quick. Taking a look at them, courtesy of barchart.com. December corn, 5.14 1/4, down 3 1/4. November beans, 12.84 3/4, down 1 3/4. October West Texas Intermediate crude up 75 at 70.47. December live cattle down 95 at 127.27. October feeder cattle down 155 at 156.17. And December number 2 cotton down 43 at 93.06. And your U.S. dollar up 4 6/10 at 92.61. There's your commodities.
When we moved to Texas, we were like fish out of water. We didn't know anyone in our neighborhood until our Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent came to the house. She was so helpful and reassuring, a friendly face with that Texan hospitality I'd heard about. When we purchased a Texas Farm Bureau insurance policy, we knew we were making the right choice. We knew our family would be protected.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to find an insurance agent who's a true neighbor. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Neighbor, now it's time for today's edition of the Texas Wildlife Radio Show, courtesy of your local Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent.
CWD meeting. I'm Jessica Domel with the Texas Wildlife Radio Show on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. The Texas Parks and Wildlife Commission will host a special meeting this week on proposed chronic wasting disease-related rules. The meeting will begin at 9 a.m. Wednesday at the TPWD headquarters in Austin. The commission will hear testimony from staff from the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department and the Texas Animal Health Commission. CWD experts and stakeholder groups will also speak on the rules that are designed to prevent the spread of CWD in Texas. CWD is a fatal neurological disease that affects white-tailed deer, mule deer, elk, moose, and other members of the deer family. Susceptible animals may have the disease for years without showing any outward symptoms, all the while spreading the disease to other susceptible animals and leaving prions in the environment. Currently, there is no evidence that CWD poses a risk to humans or animals that are not in the deer family. This year, deer at least 5 Texas breeding facilities and holding facilities have tested positive for CWD. A free-ranging deer in the Lubbock area has also tested positive. At the meeting Wednesday, TPWD staff will provide a briefing on the proposed rules that are intended to replace emergency CWD rules. Staff will also seek guidance from the Commission on publishing rules for public comment and potential adoption at a Commission meeting in November. The meeting begins at 9 a.m. Wednesday. It will be live streamed online. A link is available on the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department website. Following the special meeting Wednesday, the next Texas Parks and Wildlife Commission meeting is set for November 4th. That will also be at the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department headquarters in Austin on Smith School Road. For the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network, I'm Jessica Domel.
Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has protected fellow Texans with auto, home, health, and life insurance since 1952. With more than 260,000 square miles of land and 27 million people, that's a lot to cover. Whether you're wrangling cattle or wrangling kids, we're proud to protect Texans in all Texan ways of life.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to get insurance for Texans by Texans. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Neighbor, it's about time to plate up the chicken fried steak, jalapeno gravy, nanny cheese rolls, cold cucumber salad. I'll pour you another glass of iced tea or a cup of coffee. While Hop Sing does that for us, let's travel a bit down to Lexington, Texas. Talk to Russell Heller, Lexington Livestock. Russell, how'd the sale go Saturday?
Yes, sir. Had a good sale. 1,235 total head with 155 cows.
Let's walk the pens.
Cows were about the same as last week. Thinner cows 25 to 53. And the better cows 54 to 79. On the steering bull calves, they were probably, some of them $3 to $5 cheaper, and the same on the heifers. 3 to 4 weight steers, 115 to 205. 4 to 5 weights, $1.10 to $1.85. 5 to 6 weights, $1.05 to $1.65. 6 to 7 weights, $1 to $1.55. 7 to 8 weights, $95 to $1.48. On heifers, 3 to 400 pound heifers, $110 to $170. 4 to 5 weights, $105 to $160. 5 to 6 weights, $1 to $150. 6 to 7 weights, $95 to $140. 7 to 8 weights, $90 to $135.
What do we know for next week?
Yes, sir. I know about 3 sets of calves coming. One's going to be some real good black calves, probably weigh 5.5 to 7. Another set of Charolais, 25 of those, they'll probably weigh the same, 5 to 650, 700, and one other set of black calves.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Russell Heller, for this next Saturday's sale.
Yes, sir. You can get me on my cell, and that number is 979-820-7002.
Russell, we appreciate you, and we'll touch base with you on Friday.
Sounds good. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day. Hey, neighbor, here's a quick reminder from my friends at McCoy's. You know, Western red cedar can be used in a variety of applications, from siding to decking, even as indoor paneling. For folks ready to tackle a DIY project, red cedar is a great choice for decks and play sets, particularly because of its naturally occurring thermal properties, which keep the wood cooler to the touch. That's no small feat on a summer day in the McCoy's States of America. Check out the building plans and videos at mccoys.com and get started on your next DIY project using Western red cedar. Available at McCoy's Building Centers. Go to mccoys.com for information. Find the McCoy's store near you. Neighbor, let's send the Cowboys up to Cameron, Milam County, because they're finished with their lunch. Cowboys, you work hard to help old Kenny Mingus get cattle distributed, but be sure to be back by midnight. I got to put you to work tomorrow morning. Kenny, how'd the sale go?
Well, it turned out pretty good, Larry. We had a total of 2101. Out of that mix, we had about 250 cows and bulls, about 240 sellers, and about 75 buyers.
Well, let's walk the pens.
All right, we'll start with the steers under 300, $1.10 to $2.30. 3 to 400 pound steers $1 to $212.50. 4 to 500 pound steers $90 to $202.50, and over 580 to $168. On the heifers, 300 $1.05 to $2. 3 to 400 pound heifers $95 to $170. 4 to 500 pound heifers $80 to $172, and over 570 to $1.52. Packer cows steady from 30 to 76. Packer bulls 70 to 99. On your bred cows from 4 1/4 to 1200, and on your cow calf pairs from 950 to 1600.
Sounds like you had a good sale. 21 what?
2101, Larry.
Good deal. How does that compare to last year? Do you know?
I'm going to say, probably pretty close. The market's a little cheaper. These temperatures are starting to change and the numbers are starting to pick up. And our futures board hasn't helped us here in the last week, 10 days. Hopefully it'll catch here this week and we can level this thing out. But the quality was awful good. And then, once again, it's starting kind of dictating, what these cattle bring.
What do you know for next week?
We've got a little sellout deal on some cows. There's 75 cows coming from one man, some crossbred cows, be a few pairs on them. Mostly palpated cows. Cows will be some from a Brayford cow to a good black cow. Kind of young to middle-aged is what he described them to me. Should be bred back to Brangus bulls. 15 of those cows will be some Hereford cows supposed to be coming with their second baby. Possibly another little set of cows coming behind them. Haven't confirmed that yet, but possibly on that.
Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Kenny Mingus.
You bet. Just catch us at the office Monday through Wednesday at 254-697-6697. You can follow us on our webpage at MilamCountyLivestockAuction.com or catch us on Facebook. We will post some pictures of that sellout, so y'all take a look at Facebook and check it out.
We sure will. Kenny, thank you a bunch.
You bet. Have a good week.
Neighbor, I want to remind you about my friends Stephen and Terry Lehman at Lehman Pipe and Cattle. They've got used sucker rod in 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, and 1 inch, and they've got used oil fill pipe, the #1 structural, straight, no holes, splits, or heavy scale, 2 3/8, 2 7/8, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6 5/8, 7 5/8, 10 3/4, and 16 and 24-inch diameters. Also, from time to time, they see some #2 pipe available at a reduced price. Truckload discounts and delivery also available. They also have cattle guards. They make them from 10 foot wide to 30 foot wide, depending on the customer's needs and wants, with or without wings or cross gates. Also, the heavy-duty concrete beams to set them on. Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. Email them at lehmanpipe@gmail.com or call Stephen at 979-966-3447 or Terry at 979-820-8155. That's Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. Neighbor, let's head south, cross the river to end up in Washington County. Talking to Doug Bass from Cattleman's Brenham. They sell them every Friday. Doug, tell us how you sold them this last go-round.
Had a good sale, Mr. Larry. We ended up with 1,295 head of cattle. The market was really good. Cow market looks like it's hanging in there steady, and the calf market's right along with it.
Good. Let's walk those pins.
Yes, sir. On your weigh-in cows, your thinner, lower-yielding cows bring 16 to 48. Better high-yielding cows bring 52 to 80. Your bulls, weigh-in bulls, thinner, lower-yielding bulls bring 63 to 78. Your better bulls bring 80 to 98. Pairs, good jack of pairs there. The little plainer pairs bring 550 to 850. Your better pairs bring 1,100 to 1,700. Bred cows, your little plainer breds bring 450 to 850. Better bred cows bring 1,000 to 1,400. Like I said, the old calf market hanging in there pretty good. Your little roping kids, 1 or 2 weight steers bring 119 to 210. Heifers bring 134 to 185. 2 to 3 weight steers bring 114 to 205. Heifers bring 121 to 158. 3 to 4 weight steers bring 147 to 210. Heifers bring 127 to 172. 4 to 5 weight steers bring 146 to 202. Heifers bring 136 to 180. 5 to 6 weight steers bring 143 to 170. Heifers bring 136 to 160. 6 to 7 weight steers bring 130 to 147. Heifers bring 131 to 145. 7 8 weight steers bring $1.25 to 147. Heifers bring 118 to 139. And your 800 and 1,000 pound steers and bull yearlings bring $1 to $1.30, and your heiferettes bring 80 to 109.
Sounds like you had a good sale and you had 1,200 and something?
1,295, yes, sir.
What are you seeing coming in for this next week, Doug Bass?
We got a heck of a good set of cows we're going to sell, Mr. Larry. We actually went and got the cows yesterday. They come from down on the Gulf. Real good set of cows. There's probably 40 or so open Brahman heifers that come on them. man raised. There's probably 15 to 20 F1 heifers that are open heifers that the man raised. And then there's a darn good set of Brayford cows and black cows that 3 to 5 year olds would be pairs and breds. Sure enough, home raised cows, the man's just, selling down a little bit. He said he's having a hard time finding help. Depends on what this weather does. We've got quite a few good cattle lined up to come.
Good.
But if somebody needs some cows, we sure going to have a good set of cows to sell.
And you'll have them at Doug Bass and Cruz, Cattleman's Brenham. Doug, tell everybody how to get a hold of y'all.
Yes, sir. You can call me on my cell, which is 979-877-4454, or call us here at the office, which is 979-836-3621.
We appreciate you. Thank you, son. We'll talk to you later.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Miss Larry. We'll see y'all Friday.
Neighbor, be sure to grab a cold bottle of ice water out of that number 2 wash tub by the screen door as you head out the door. I want you to stay hydrated because I need you to come on back this afternoon and eat a kolach with Pop Sing, and I'll be pouring the coffee. Taking a look at the grains. Corpus Milo 1040, yellow corn 597 and a half, hard red winter wheat to Houston 762 and a half, and number 1 beans to Houston 1256 and 1/2. Neighbor, we managed to move 788 bales of cotton on Thursday here in Texas. I believe it all came from the East Texas Oklahoma market. 98 was the lower quality product, 94.08 the higher quality product, and this is the highest quality farm and ranch news program in the state. No brag, just fact. I'm Larry Marble and you're my neighbor. Neighbor, come on back down the lane. We'll pour the iced tea about 3:45. Hot kolach coming out of the oven soon thereafter. See you then.